Welcome back to Two Brothers Comics. I'm Dustin, and tonight I've got a special guest, and we're going to be talking about something that everybody's going to be talking about next week, so stay tuned. Hope everybody's having a great night. I'm going to bring in my guest. You guys know that I kind of dig the turtles. There's a few of us out here that do, and this guy is definitely, I think he's pretty much the master splinter out of all of us. I'm gonna bring in my buddy Russell. What's going on, man? How's it going?
What's up, man? How you doing? I had to pull out the old Team Eastman shirt.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. He sells them on his website. Shout out to Kevin Eastman, but yeah, he sells them on his website. Or if you're like a club member, I think you get it for a discount or possibly free. You know, one or the other. But you know, it's nice being there, man. First time doing one of show on your channel and stuff. You know, so
yeah, man. Good to have you. Good to have you. I love Kevin Eastman's website. He has some of the coolest stuff on there, and I don't know of anybody else that is a creator of his caliber that offers a store with the same kind of stuff that he does. I mean, there's stuff you can get out of his store that you can't get on eBay.
Yeah, personal collection stuff. Personal collection. You have a lot of slabs that actually says from the Kevin Eastman personal collection on the slab. Every now and then he'll throw those up. All kind of like rare books that I can't wait till that comes in so I can show you one I purchased off there. I don't know if he had multiples, but
okay, right on. Yeah, I mean, you get like he'll sign like the original action figures. You can buy those on there. He's got I ordered one of those Eastman hats a while back. I still haven't gotten it in, but the original turtle drawing hat, that was like one of the coolest things on there. So I was pumped about that.
Yeah, I got one of those in. It's in the other room. One thing I'll tell you about that hat, it's a great, I think, a showpiece hat. Not a great wearing hat because of the material you use.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, to me, it'd be a great display hat because after I wore it a few times, like, man, I don't like the material, but I mean, the art on it is, it's OG turtle on that, the original drawing. People, you like a lot of people don't know that he's still. I don't know if he sold it. I know he was supposed to do it on an auction, but I know he still had the original drawing from way back when. Wow. I remember, I think it was on either Pawn Stars or one of the comic shows, and he tried to sell it for $1 million, and I forgot what it went for on auction.
Yeah, I mean, $1 million, that sounds cheap though. For the first ever drawing of the Ninja Turtle, man, that'd be awesome. Could you imagine owning something like that?
Nah. It'd probably be like owning the cover of the #1. That's on that same line. I'd be like, what's the odds of that happening? Slim to none.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's see who's hanging out in the chat. We got Ruben Guzman, Mondo Tubalasso Bros. That's Cowabunga. That's what you say every time. That's what that means, man. What's going on, my man? What's going on, Cap? Mr. Steve, good for always being in here for sure. Uncle Rod, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Let's see. I've got the Ashcan already, plus 2 Jabroni variants and the Eastman 1 in 10 variant on the way. Can't wait. Right on, man. Right on.
Yeah.
It's definitely good to already have.
Look, and I'm gonna pull this piece off that I did a video on. So shout out to Jeremy Latchy. I gotta show that up close because it's in the background, but let me get that.
Yeah, man. I saw that. That thing is awesome.
So it's definitely something I need to get framed. Probably gotta go to Michael's and do it.
Yeah.
But he did just so people can see it up close, but he did, like, I forgot what he called it, but it's original art, but he just kind of copied the drawing. So
yeah, it's awesome.
Shout out to him if anybody's interested. Latche, I think Latche Art is his page on IG.
And it's cool that you showed that off because that gives me an opportunity to show this off again because that actually happens to be the first page in a book I just recently picked up that is absolutely the biggest book in my collection. I really am anticipating for.
Is this the Hunt? Is this the Hunt? Hey, but look, the reason I have this book out, and it's all, and I talked to you before on IG about it. The reason I have this book out, and it's not because I was like had it out to ready to show. I'm actually packing books up to get graded, all of my magazine size, even this one, because this one it was my original one that I purchased. I forgot where I got it from. It's been so long ago. Before I was pressing books, I sent it in. As is. Okay. I thought it looked amazing. If I would have pulled it out of a bag and maybe knew about pressing, I probably would have, because there's a couple little pressable defects on the back. So who knows what'll come back? It's 8.5 now, white pages. I don't know, but I'm going to take the gamble since it's a PC book.
Yeah, and number 2, like, I love all the wraparound covers, but I think that number 2 has got to be one of the coolest looking on there, front and back.
Yeah, and then a lot of people don't look at it. If you look at it quickly, you're like, what the, what is
I used to do that all the time, and I thought it was Shredder the first time. I was like, what is this?
And then you see it's a mouser, and then you see the reflection of the turtles. Like, it's pretty genius. And then it was done with paper and not as much quality as it is now. So imagine if this was done in 2020. Yeah. With some great paper and stuff. So
no doubt. No doubt. Adrian, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Iron Dad, Comic Clad, what's up? What's up? Jeremy Powell, Magic Lasso, Comic Man Andy, what's going on, brother? I hope you have been able to have a couple frosty beverages and cool off from the Mail Call Monday. I was on board with everything you said, though. Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. And at this point, and we're going to talk about it tonight. At this point, it don't matter if you were sleeping on it or if you ordered 20 copies at this point. So, and we're going to
sold out, and you might not even get 20. But we'll get into that.
Repair Tech Tony, what's up? Ready to hear some Last Ronin talk? Well, you came to the right spot. You came to the right spot. Let's see. Matt, what's going on, brother? Good to see you hanging out. Got my favorite game show on Monday nights going on. Love that. Let's see. We got Austin LeMay, another member here at Two Brothers Comics. Good to see you hanging out, man. And we got the King Bean hanging out. The King Bean is in the house. Another Turtle fan, and Ben Compton. So I think I got to everybody. But yeah, so do we want to talk about, should we talk about the covers first, or should we go ahead and jump into the news that came out? What do you guys in the chat think? I mean,
either
one, I think we can go on for a while, but
either one, and then talking about the covers, we could actually almost sidetrack into certain books that have gotten hot, and I'll be like, tell people pump the brakes, and I'll explain why if we get into the topic, because a lot of people don't realize that. I love that turtle books are getting hot. And are getting probably the love that they deserve. But being a turtle collector, if somebody's telling you who collects almost not almost, literally everything's turtles, and telling you to pump the brakes on books that are getting hot, is a reason why. Yeah.
And you're talking about like current books.
Yes, current books, current run books.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you on I'm probably thinking the same ones you are, but I'm right there with you. All right, so we're gonna talk the news. So, I'm just going to go ahead and read the exact solicitation that went out to comic shops. This is directly from my shop. This is what they received from IDW.
And all shops got it, because I saw some posted on IG.
Okay. Yeah. And it's a little bit long. It says, regarding TMNT The Last Ronin #1, IDW unfortunately set print quantities in advance of FOC due to considerations stemming from trim size and paper availability. It wasn't an ideal situation, but IDW set an aggressive print run, believing the total would meet the final quantity needed. However, retailer FOC orders far surpassed what was anticipated, regretfully resulting in an allocation of the first printing reflected in the 1019 invoicing statement. The only solution available is to immediately solicit a second printing with a newly colored cover. This code is currently live via Diamond Orders, blah, 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 blah. It's going to be available December 2nd. The FOC for the second print has already come and gone. So if you did not order them already by the 26th, you may be having to put some gloves on when you go into the comic shop on the 2nd of December. IDW has also commissioned the printing of a thank you variant edition with red foil enhancement for retailers to sell at a premium These thank you editions will be exclusive for retailers and not available to the public by any other means. Each store will get one free thank you variant per 75 copies ordered with a limit of 5. And basically, it goes on to say that they'll still be able to get their 1 in 10s and their 1 in 25s as long as they ordered the amount that was necessary to get those. So, yeah. So before we get into it, I want to read one more thing. This was from a local comic shop owner that we know and we absolutely respect his opinion on things. And he says, my conspiracy theory is that they did it on purpose. They offered returnability on the first issue in an attempt to get people to order up. But I think they were seeing orders a lot higher than they expected, and they were afraid that a lot of those would be coming back and that they would be footing the bill for it. So by cutting the print run short, they take some of the risk off themselves. By publicizing it, they make sure everyone knows that there aren't enough copies floating around, so they inflate demand for the book because now everyone's going to have it in their hands. Mm-hmm. Now, I wasn't aware that they were allowing the buyback option on this book when I first found out about this, and when this gentleman sent me that, I mean that really does make sense. You know, that they would have started getting a little bit scared at the order numbers they were seeing, and like, well, crap. I mean, what if these shops are over ordering? We're going to have to eat a huge amount of cost on this. So let's get creative. I don't know. And, you know, it's been brought to my attention that there's probably a logistical reason, this and that, and they can't just stop printings on other books. And, well, hold on. So they can print a second print. Now, they've already pushed the release back on this one time. Would I rather you tell me? Yeah. So I'm like, would I rather you tell me we're going to push it back again because we did not print enough? Or, hey, guess what? We're releasing it at the time we said we did this time, but you may not get one. And how many series does IDW print every single month, every week that come out that don't sell?
A ton.
Can we not put some of those on the back burner to make room to print enough of this first print off to fill these orders? I mean, why would you even start printing them before the FOC anyway? Why would you not maybe extend the period on the FOC or set it earlier? Something. I mean, there are things that could have been done. IDW had to know this is the biggest release of this year across all platforms. There's nothing coming out this year that is going to touch this. I don't give 2 bags of hot doo-doo about the King in Black coming out. It is. I still don't think that that's going to touch the sales and what this book has been as far as something people are looking forward to. I don't. And that's not me being, biased because I'm a Turtle fan, but everybody's been looking forward to this. People that don't read Turtles are buying this book and looking forward to it. It's 30 years in the making. Yeah,
and talked about people who are buying it. I went to get my pull list, which because the new TMNT came out. What was that? This Wednesday. So I got my pull list. The guy who was checking me out, he said he doesn't read Turtles. He hadn't read it in a long time.
Right.
He was looking forward to the Last Ronin.
Yeah.
He works there. Me and probably another person, like the only people that collect and get stuff off the Turtles run. They don't even order enough to get the 1 in 10s. That's how few they order. So I'm wondering, are they gonna they normally get me a copy, but I'm wondering what are they gonna do? Because you got people like that, other people probably were looking for it, but if they didn't order enough or didn't get the ones they ordered, for people who are just coming in just to read it, see what's going to happen, that's kind of messed up. And the other thing you touched on is the second print, like you said, is gone and past. Guarantee that's going to be a low print. Guarantee that the price of the first print is going to be high when it hits the aftermarket, and the second print is going to be even more because second print Turtle books, just to let people know, are very low print run. Don't matter where you go, current, past, people don't order them. People don't get them. People who collect Turtles really don't think about getting them till later, and they're like, oh man, let me go, let me get it. So that second print is going to be like, I don't even know what the price is going to be for that when it comes out, and if certain shops ordered it, because they probably didn't think about ordering.
Yeah, because they didn't know about this prior to that, and neither did everybody. Luckily, I caught a news break that there was a second printing available. Plus, I check FOC every Monday. I mean, I religiously check it every Monday. So when I saw it was coming up, I was like, well, I'm definitely getting one just because. But yeah, you're absolutely right. The fact now the fact that not everybody knew this was going on. I talked to Steve over at Birch Family 54 Comics. He didn't even have it on his pull list because he assumed, like everybody else, there's going to be 1 million copies floating around. So, I mean, I can just pick one up the day of. I mean, I would have thought the same thing as well, but, that's not the case. And then the second print's going to even be harder to find, because how many people even knew there was a second print, and how many people took the time to order it because they really even knew, that the second prints on Turtles, like you said, are usually a low print run anyway. And this is, and this problem is going to give the illusion that the first print is going to be a low print run. It is definitely going to give that illusion. But I mean, this is, I'm not going to, I haven't found, I've been looking, I can't find the number that they printed out, but it's something that I know that they're somewhere in the ballpark.
Estimates over 100.
Yeah. And they're 130,000, somewhere in that ballpark, short of the orders. My shop ordered like 65, 60, something like that. They're getting 5 copies. Now I know I talked to Haven, and he said they're getting about 80% of their order filled. But I know he tends to order more turtle books than my shop. My shop doesn't order them unless I ask for them, because it's just not anybody there that buys them. So they're definitely going to be, looking at that kind of thing to determine which shops are going to be getting how many out of their orders, I think, too. Which, I mean, I guess is fair. I mean, if you've got more readers at this shop and these people sell more than this people over here, well, if we make sure they get all of them, they'll sell them and we won't have to buy them back. But,
and then another thing you touched on that that I don't know how I feel about it, because I'm not going to be able to go to the shop right when they open. I have to work later than normal. So the thing that I kind of irks my nerve, because I have 3 shops I can probably try to get this book at. I probably could get all 3 copies of the book, is the thank you variant. Like I said, there's probably a handful of them at these 3 shops that people go to. I don't even think a handful, maybe like 2 or 3. So they're going to have this thank you variant come out. I don't even know what the price is going to be on Aftermarket. And I know I probably could get it for a good price at my shop. So I'm like, that's going to be like the people who don't really collect it and just getting it because there's so much hype behind it.
Yep.
And they're going to try to sell it to people like us. I know you collect turtles. Do you want this for
that are at the shop?
$50? And you're like, no, I'll give you 10 because I'm going to keep it.
Yeah. There's definitely going to be people sitting there running around while everybody else is at work, grabbing as many as they can and then hawking them on eBay for sure. My shop's not going to be able to get one. I don't know. And see, I don't know when it was made aware to the shops, at least, that this thank you variant was going to be available. I haven't gotten that information yet. I asked, but I hadn't got an answer yet. I know I wasn't aware of it. When did you find out about it?
Actually, I didn't even know about it until you read the email. I didn't read that part. Okay. I knew everything else about the email, but I didn't know about the thank you variant, because a lot of times they like to keep that secret. Which would have been great, because a lot of shops get them and they put them out later, or they put them behind the stack of books
and hold it for a guy that they know.
And it's like you said, it's sad that I know I'm going to have to call my LCS and be like, hey, can you put the thank you variant in my pull list? Because I'm the only one that pull. Yeah, that's my link in the chat. Appreciate everybody. But that's I'm the only person that actually has it on the pull list. Honestly, the shop told me that. I'm the only one that puts turtle stuff on the pull list. A normal good shop from a person that spends a lot of money there, mind you, would say, hey, this thank you variant, I'm going to put it in this guy's box. I'm going to price it at this price. Like they usually price stuff very well, but I'm going to give him first offer to get it.
Right.
My shop 9 times out of 10 probably won't do that. So I'm probably going to have to call them at whatever time right before they open and say, hey, I know they have a thank you variant. Can I please get it in my pull box? And I can pick it up later that day when I get off. I know I'm going to have to do that, but you would think a shop would be like, oh, let me just, take care of this guy who actually always gets my turtle books.
Yeah. And my shop does that pretty good. Josh over at Haven, he's all the way out in Alabama. I'm in Georgia, and he'll put stuff in Nick's box if he thinks I would be interested in it. So, I mean, Nick will have something sitting in his box sometimes for up to a month. Cause I usually get out there about once a month until till I go up there and see what he's got. But yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of shops that do it. There's a lot of shops that don't. The thing that bothers me about it is, they put in this message here. We're including a thank you variant that you can sell for a premium to help offset some of the, money that you may have been anticipating making selling this book. Because if like for my shop, for instance, turtles is not something they sell much of ever. One a month. That's all they sell to me. So this was basically like a new title, a new series that they could bank a little bit of extra off of every single time it came out. This one book was supposed to help offset that for this first issue. Oh, but if you didn't order 75, you can't get one. So you would think, like, at that point, like, okay, maybe lower the threshold on what you would have had to order to get it, or just send one out to everybody as a thank you and oops, we're sorry variant, something.
They could have thought of some kind of way, like you said, and then not selling. Hey, you can sell us as a premium as a thank you. It's like I just shake my head hearing it, and they knew what they were getting into months ago. When I've heard about this way before the pandemic started, when they were like saying this book is getting ordered. Like back in March and April, I was saying this book is the most ordered book in 2020, and we just started in 2020 at that point. So it's like you knew what was going on. You knew people were talking about it. You knew people were hype about it. People were hyped and talking about it and ready to get it, even at the ridiculous $9 price tag. Just to say it out there. I love TMNT, but once you saw people really gravitating toward it, getting a lot of promotion, I know you must have changed the price to $8.99 when you found that out. I know the original price couldn't have been $8.99.
Yeah,
it just
Well, I know it's going to be like, I think every issue is supposed to be like 40 or 80 pages or something. So I don't know if that had something to do with the price reflection there, because like I know when DC chopped the price up to like $7 or $8 on Batman 100 for like an extra like 6 or 7, 8 pages, and DC and Marvel do that all the time. So I mean, if this book is going to be 40, 50, 60, 70 pages, then all right. But look,
D said it was $5.99. That's what I was pretty sure. I didn't want to say, but I knew they had raised the price, because Turtles books normally sell for $3.99.
$3.99, yeah.
$5.99 is not unreasonable. No. Even $6.99 is. But come on, $8.99.
Yeah, I didn't
basically
even know
say $10. Yeah, basically just say $10.
I didn't even know it moved up that far, because I had 3 copies. Originally, I had 2 copies, and then I changed it before FOC when we started our memberships and started the Bro Box. I was like, all right, I ordered 2 for me because I wanted one that I could sit down and read, and I wanted one that I look between these 2 and say, all right, this one I think has the best chance of hitting a 9.8. I'm not going to read that one, send that one off, read this one, and then I ordered an extra one to put in our Bro Box. So, my guys guaranteed me to get 1 copy, and I told him, I said, don't worry. He's like, I need to see if, anybody else wants one of these other 4. I said, dude, if you had 60 something people or 60 something orders from customers, because he only ordered, he said like 10 for the shelf, and the rest were all customer orders. I said, I only need one, man. I was like, I'm not going to try to take from, the other 4 people that might get one. Luckily, there's a shop that I'm also really close with, the guy that owns that one, Dave's Comics and Collectibles. So I hit him up last night, and he messaged me back at midnight and said he put me down for one. So I know I can at least get 2. So hopefully I can still be able to get that 9.8 out of it. And
and for the original, for cover A, I ordered. I think I got one from my LCS, and then I ordered from another shop online because I was kind of worried. And this was before all this happened, because I was trying to get a 1 in 10. Like I said, my shop never gets 1 in 10s, but they might end up getting it for this book because it's such a hot book if they ordered correctly. But I didn't want to take the chance. I ordered a 1 in 10 from another shop. Couldn't find the 1 in 25 anywhere. They sold out as soon as the book was announced. If anybody realized, you had a few places that you could find it for way more than the original was selling for. I think originally it was selling for $24.99, and then I saw shops that finally listed it for $49.99. Which, when I'm thinking about it, that's probably actually a great deal because, I mean, how many 1 in 25s might be out there? I think shops are probably going to shops who don't even order probably going to order at least 10 to 20, but who not many might order that big amount because they know not many people read it, even though it's getting a lot of hype. They don't want to sit on books. Like my shop, actually, like I said, my shop only might order 5.
Yeah,
and they have a ton of TMNT stuff because I'll get maybe cover A and cover B, and then the other 3 or 4 books to sit there. So if they're thinking about that, they're not going to do that. So what I was doing, I was getting certain exclusives, the covers I liked, some of them I couldn't get, but that's how I was kind of getting around to that. Like you said, I want to make sure it's a 9.8. That's why I was kind of going after these other ones, because I was like, all right, those will be my slab books, and this one would be my cover A would be like my flip through book. Anytime somebody wanted to do a show, we talk about it, or stuff like that. So that was my idea on it, but I just shake my head when you think about it. Like, what were you thinking? You had more time than I can't even think about.
You'd already stalled it and pushed it back over the art. I mean, that right there gave you even more time to go back and look at these orders and say, all right, we're definitely not going to meet these orders. We need to do something. Like I said, IDW's probably got 25 crap books nobody was going to buy anyway. Just push those back a month and keep printing before the release. I mean, something could be done. There's stuff that they don't sell and make money on. They could have pushed on the back burner to continue printing this book and make money on this book. I mean, Nick's argument in the chat that, the publishers are tight on cash after COVID. Well, like I said, stop printing the junk books nobody's buying for a couple of weeks and print more of this one that is going to sell, But what?
And to go along with that, we can assume that they're tight on cash because of COVID. Everybody knows the relief fund that got passed. Are they part of that small business stuff where they could have got the small business loan for millions? Who knows? Were they implemented in certain bills that passed and got free money? We don't know. It's like tight on cash. They obviously wasn't that tight because they didn't go say, we're going to go in bankruptcy. So, hey, but like you said, they could have pushed other stuff back. They could even push the Turtles Run. They could even push that back, which it felt like it took, the last issue felt like it took 3 weeks to come out or 4 weeks to come out. Because I kept going to the shop for the last 3 weeks and said, man, when's the new TMNT book come out? And then all of a sudden it came out this Wednesday. And I was like,
yeah. And I don't care how much they lost. We're not talking about Aftershock Comics here. We're talking about IDW. All right. I mean, this is not some super small company that, this is one of the top 4 comic book companies, publishers out there. And like I said, if they're worried about losing money, there are books people don't buy that could have been put on the back burner to continue printing this one. I mean, there just is. I mean, Who?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he said they lost 1.7 last year alone, before COVID. Yeah, I mean, but they lost that much probably making a lot of books that nobody wanted.
Right.
I mean, I put it like this: Peter Laird is actually like, you could say like the Wizard of Oz of the comic books for Turtles, because he could pull it and go to another company. He can do whatever he wants. He can stop it if he doesn't like the story. That's I think the last thing he has full say so on. So something with IDW he must feel about, because and obviously they got to be making money on Turtle stuff, because that's the publisher he chose. I mean, obviously he could have went to Marvel or even DC, and could you imagine how many they would have used Turtles up? You would have got sick of Turtles. It would have been like what I'm trying to think of, certain characters you see in like Wolverine. You'd be like, oh, it's like, man, you see Wolverine in every book. And then if Marvel would have got TMNT, they would have had TMNT Wolverine, TMNT X-Men. It would have been crazy. So obviously they felt something about IDW, and for them to have a loss like that, I mean, I don't know. People claim losses, but you don't know what they get back on their taxes. Let's put it like that.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, DC's lost a lot of money. Marvel, everybody's lost a lot of money, but
yeah, DC is like literally might get bought by somebody else. So
yeah, I mean, and then they just had another. They just restructured their how they're going to do their distribution now again. So
yeah, because then I heard, well, not to go on a side thing, didn't I heard that, like, what's his name? I
think they're letting Lunar go or something.
No, Lunar's still going. It's
oh, okay, the other one.
Midtown, I think. Is it Midtown?
Yeah. I think
Midtown go, because the only reason I heard that from another show, and they were talking about Lunar's still doing it. It's just but Midtown got fired. I was like, damn. But that's another case. But it's they had a like you said, they had more time to do anything. You could have pushed it back. We wouldn't have been mad if you pushed it back, because it had already been pushed back a couple times.
Yeah, that's all I can say. And I mean, how much money, are you going to lose by pushing it back a little while, another month or so, to print the rest of these issues? Because everything you're literally, I mean, the definition of printing money with this book at this point. I mean, so how much you know what, they're going to lose money every week anyway, because they're printing off books and sending them out that people aren't even buying. I mean, by the thousands. I mean, Josh, you're in the chat. How many IDW books do you see just sitting around in shops or that don't get ordered or don't get bought every single week? I mean, there's so many things, and this goes for all of these publishers across the board, that focus so much on making sure they have as many titles as they can to cover as many different areas as they can to make and then you might print off 25,000-30,000 copies of this one book and maybe sell 15-20 maybe, and it's like, how is that even worth printing? And I don't know that those numbers are true for anything, but I'm just saying, like, that I still think the fact that when I heard that they offered the buyback program on here, and then saw these numbers like escalating and escalating, like that still sounds kind of like they got a little bit.
And then to go into the losing money and then they're going to have an inflow of cash. You know why? Because this book has already went to a second print. It's going to go to a third print. We're into the multiple print era. That's what you can call it of comics. Everything multiple print is hot. They got probably 20 prints of Thor. So it's going to go to at least 3. And I guarantee IDW is going to do this just to be a little wink, wink, as it's going to go to 4 print for the 4 Turtles. Yeah. Mark it down. It's going to go 4 print. Might not go anymore, but at least 4 prints. And it is going to do it. And they're probably going to do some kind of thing on the cover to make oh, it's the 4th print, And it might be the first the first known whoever the turtle is, they might like reveal it, like a lot of these things do an interior panel, and you know who it is, and that'd be the cover for the. They're gonna do something to make you buy it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna all the way through. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. A lot of customers would likely ditch the book if they kept pushing it back, and stores wouldn't be able to get a solid order count on them. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not 100% on that either, because
it's
they push back Black Widow to May. Does everybody still want to go see it? Yeah. Yeah, and probably 50% because I want to get out of the house, but yeah, I still want to go see it.
I mean, like I said, at this point, with this being the biggest book coming out, I mean, they could push it back until next March. People are still gonna, people are gonna get mad, say they're not gonna buy it all the way probably through February, but by God, when it comes out in March, you're gonna buy it. You're gonna buy it.
It's gonna be sold out. It's gonna be sold out. It's gonna make top 10 lists, top 20 lists. Yeah. I mean, guarantee you.
I mean, so I mean, it might hurt it a little bit, but I mean, overall, it's still gonna be successful. I mean, they could. I don't know. Now I'm curious at this point, because originally my thoughts were, the ash can was going to absolutely blow issue 1 out of the water as far as collectability down the roads and being sought after. Now I'm kind of curious how that's going to work. What do you think? I mean, even though this is at this point, this is completely different.
Yeah.
But this is still probably gonna have a way lower print run, and as far as near mint copies, we definitely know that it's not going to be a comparison there. This is definitely going to be way lower on that end of things.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I got 3 shops around me. I know only one got them, and they gave it to me. I didn't even know what it was when I was checking out. They gave it to me. I didn't know if I knew what it was. I would say, "Can I have 2, 3?" I didn't know what it was. They were giving it to people when they check out. Now, will it hold value? It all depends. Like, everything's getting hot now. I would have to say, because we talked about this before, if it's a 9.8, it's going to be pricey.
Yeah,
it's going to be pricey. I haven't seen a 9.8 hit, anywhere.
Nope.
I think I saw 196. I might be wrong, but I know I saw
2 9.6s, and that's it.
I saw some 9.4s and 9.2s, but a 9.8 of an ash can, oversized ash can that doesn't have that many pages, and the paper quality is shaky. Just to say it almost feels like, I don't even know how to say how it feels like, but it's very flimsy.
And a lot of shops are just putting them in boxes, just throwing them in boxes on the floor.
Yep, I was just lucky that my shop actually kind of like handed me one, or they might have got them that Wednesday when I went to pick up books, and I was one of the first ones to get it. So it was because I basically got a near mint one. But it's gonna be one of those books like you might have like a handful of 9.8s and you don't see anything else. And then I think the 9.8s will be the one, like, people they're gonna have to pay a premium for it because they're not gonna have many out there because of the condition, the size, and everything else. But anything else, I would say no, because I've seen them listed, and you can get a 9.2 to 9.4 for a little bit over $100, which is not too bad when I think about how Turtles book is getting pricey, and for a book that I would be happy as crap to get a 9.4.
yeah, no doubt. I mean, this one's really nice. I mean, it's really, really nice. I'm gonna get it pressed, but I mean, I don't know. I would be pumped if it hit a 9.6. I just think with this book, a 9.8 is going to be a ghost. I mean, I think there'll be overall. I think there'll probably be less than 10 that ever hit the census. I mean, ever.
And it probably could be less than, I don't even know what number you could put out there that even get on the census completely. Because how many people got that and probably said, threw it on the side, threw it away, because you didn't think it was anything. You thought it was just a previews book of not the Last Ronin, just a regular, and they just put that cover on it. Because I get those things all the time, and I just throw them on the side. And then that one, when I knew what it was, I was like, oh, crap, let me try to take care of it. And I found out it fits in a legal mailer. So I put it in a legal mailer to protect it. Didn't even flip through it because I didn't want to touch it. And now I'm kind of like, I want to get it graded. How I'm going to ship it? What's the best way to do it? So like I said, 9/8 is going to be ghost of that book. Ghost.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you don't even have to press it unless you might have flipped through it or something. But if you literally got it from the shop and just put it in something, you probably could just send it out and it's probably going to get whatever grade it's going to get. A press probably is not going to bump it up. That's just my opinion because I'm thinking about just sending it. But it's like what to do, but like you said, it's going to be ghost 9/8 out there. Ghost 9/8.
Yeah. And like you said, I mean, crap, the only way you can even do anything with it is this is a treasury bag and board. And I cut the board down and then I tape the excess bag down, really gently and lightly. It's not real tight in there or nothing. But I mean, like it's bigger than a Raphael #1.
Yeah, it's bigger than the original magazine size.
Yeah, I mean it by a lot. So it's got at least 2.5 inches in height on it.
and when they slab it, I'm like, what are they gonna charge you? Because it's not a magazine slab. It's bigger than a magazine. Because I've seen them slabbed. I'm just curious to know what tier is it going in, and then since it's what tier is going in, how long is it gonna take to get graded? Because if people know, magazines take a long time to get graded. They grade, modern, silver. They grade all the regular books, and people don't know about CGC. They allot a certain time of the month to start doing the magazines or the oversized stuff, and then they do it for that little period. Then they stop and they go back to the regular stuff. So it's what tier is it in? Is it a poster size? And those get those get graded once a month, or is it a magazine size? And so. That's the answer I want to know, because I'm probably going to do like you, send it off to get pressed, just so my presser can securely send it to CGC and let him handle it and with all my other magazine books. But I don't know what the price is going to be, and I'm surprised people sent them in to get graded. That's what shocked me about it. Like I would have never thought about that because I saw the size of it. I was like, I don't think it's going to fit in anything. Yeah. And if it does, how is it going to be the flimsy kind of, art kind of thing they do, or is it going to be a real slab? It would look like it's a real slab. So,
it's going to be interesting to see how it works out for sure. And
how many pages and how many issues is the Last Ronin? I think you touched on the pages.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think it's gonna be like 40 something pages or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be
5 issues.
5, yeah.
5, yeah. And it's dropping every month, so we're gonna probably be reading because we're getting the end of October. It's gonna be 2021 before we hit the end of this. And don't let us have a spike of COVID. Knock on wood, please. Don't let us have a spike because we might get the first 2 issues or the first 3 issues and might not get issue 4 but like 5 months later. So
yeah. So before we get into the covers, do you think they're going to tell us who it is, or do you think it's going to be like some people are thinking where they just kind of leave it hanging and kind of leave it for the reader to decide who they think it is and make up their own decision on that?
Well, to touch on that before we get into covers, I'm going to touch on this. Tell people again, do not buy TMNT 101, the retail incentive for a premium. Do not buy that 1 in 105 retailer incentive for
104, 1 in 10.
104, yeah, 104, yeah. Do not buy those for a premium. If you really want Turtles books and you don't have those books, like I don't have the 104
I don't
incentive,
either.
Just wait, because I got a feeling they might. In my thoughts is they're gonna tell us. I think they're gonna tell us who the turtle is, but I don't think we're gonna know issue 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. But how would it be to not tell you until issue 5?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, they're gonna make you keep buying it. You keep buying it. And this story was written by Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman years ago, and it had to get approval from Peter Lear to even get published.
Yep.
I have to
years
say,
ago.
Yeah, I have to say that again. It had to get approval from him to get, done. And if you saw the toys that made us, I don't know if they talked about there or it's something they did an interview. They talked about it, and he said he didn't care, they did it because he already made his money. Peter Lear made his money. He's actually doing. Him and Kevin are in a better relationship. So stuff that they're doing, he's kind of like trying to help Kevin out because Kevin doesn't have the millions that Peter has. I'm just gonna be honest. So he asked him, "Could we do the story?" And Peter's like, "Oh, I don't care. You can do it, or you don't want to do it." And I think Kevin kept the original storyline that they had because, in my mind, I wouldn't want to tick off the person who's actually keeping food going in my, money coming in my pocket. So I think we're gonna know who it is, but it's not going to be one of those new turtles. Just to let people know.
And that was what I wanted to was going to say. Everybody that's specking and going nuts about these IDW books and this is the last Ronin, this is the last Ronin. Guys, this doesn't take place in the IDW universe. This is in the Mirage universe. It doesn't even have anything to do with what's going on in this current run. Mm-hmm. This takes place in this universe, all right, where they didn't have all this going on. So these books. They're just not anything to do with what's going on in this last Ronin. It's a completely different universe. It's like I'm trying to think of something close to it, but it's like
it's not Jenica because you got to think about it too. The covers we've seen, whatever the last turtle is, he has all the weapons of all the turtles. He does not have Jenica's weapons. That's a big red flag. So the Jenica, first print Jenica, and her turning into a turtle prices are kind of getting a little bit higher. They should be at the prices where they were, but not getting as kind of outrageous as they are now. The other one with the albino turtle, why are they drawing a cover of the normal turtle if it's the albino turtle? Artists I think take their stuff seriously. And they don't want to. I don't think they would draw something into just to. It's kind of hard to explain because I'm not an artist, but I don't think they would draw something that is totally off base. Not saying they'll give you the answer. They're gonna be like, oh, let me draw one of the original turtles, even though it's this turtle. Or to me, they would draw something to kind of camouflage it that you don't know it's another, like the albino turtle, something like that, like have them completely shadowed out or something, hooded up. But it's definitely, I don't think it's going to be the 101. I don't think 104 is going to, it's like a hint to what it was. I think the person just, because you got to realize Last Ronin was talked about months ago, with an S. So the person who did 104 already knew about it. Yeah. So he did it as people when we watch these movies and they're like, man, before Spider-Man was in Marvel, man, it'd be cool if Spider-Man was in Marvel, and then they go and then you see like a movie and they say, man, I wish we could have get somebody named Peter to help us. Like they do this like a little wink. They don't say the whole thing. They don't say Spider-Man. They just say, I wish. What do you think, you Peter? Just throw a little wink out there. Yep. I think that's what he was doing with that cover. Like just saying, because you got to think, I think when that 104 came out, I think that was around the time the original release date was supposed to be.
Yeah. And, this is the way that I understood it is, like I said, they wrote it like 30 something years ago, closer to the end, I think, of their relationship. But it was still supposed to be kind of like an alternate reality, alternate dimension kind of thing, but still, within the realm of the Mirage stuff.
And it's in the realm of the Mirage stuff, and it's like you said, it's an alternate kind of unit. It's like they said, what would happen if all the turtles died and Splinter died and stuff, like who would survive? It was like a what if. That's how it was written. That's like a perfect thing. It was actually written for what if, but for the current, the past volume 1 stuff.
Yeah. And then there's people that have been speculating that the Last Ronins and the Michelangelo Christmas special too. And I don't know. To me, the only way that it would be able to say yay or nay on that, I don't have that issue, but I would be curious to know if that issue was published before they wrote this. So if that issue was published, years before that they wrote this and stuck it in the drawer, like, they talked about, pretty much wrote this out and stuck it in a drawer. It was just an idea. If that book was published before they wrote this, then like, okay, that debunks that one. Like it's not there. But and yeah, I see. But you got to understand what we're saying though, Tyrone. We're not saying that this Last Ronin is going in line with the series one, the original series.
Yeah.
It's a part of it, but it's in the realm of I like the way you put it, the what if. It's not saying that this is canon, but it's also has nothing to do with the IDW universe. It is still a part of the Mirage universe. It's just in like an alternate reality, alternate dimension. I mean, we see it in comic books all the time, but there's absolutely no connection with the IDW run, and that's already been stated from the horse's mouth. So, I mean, I think Kevin Eastman did a Facebook Live because he loves to do his Facebook Lives.
Yeah,
and people were asking him about that, and I remember him talking about it. It's not connected to the IDW universe. So,
John says, I hope nobody's have to switch the Last Ronin. There's still plenty of ways to get a copy. Yeah. It's there. I think they're hyping it up. I've seen estimates of number one on the aftermarket already going to be a $20 book. Is that out of range for almost $10 book? Actually, no.
It's already selling for $40.
Oh, 40? All right. Well, first I saw like about 2 weeks ago, I saw it at 20.
We looked last night, me and Panda, and it was like I saw we were seeing sales for 30, 35, and I think I saw one today for like $39.99.
And just to give people a heads up, do not buy that, because how do you know they're going to get the book?
Yeah.
They already said they're going to be shortage and stuff like that. So how do you know that? I would buy, and this is just me giving you guys a hint, because there's still people have exclusives out there. If you want a copy, just pay a little bit more, get an exclusive. I think Very Gary was selling his for $14.99, or was it $19.99? I think it was $14.99.
Yeah, something like that. Simple Man's and 616 still has some available.
They got El Rey Comics has some exclusive that's still available. Street Level Heroes has 4 different kind of covers for it, still available. So I would say go after those. Do not spend $40 for cover A.
Yeah,
because
cover A here that we're talking about for anybody that's not aware, which I mean it's pretty cool looking too, though. But,
it's pretty awesome. I have to say that one I like.
Yeah, the 1 in 10, that 1 in 10 Eastman is awesome. So I'm really, really digging that one. I thought I had the 1 in 25 pulled up. It must not have pulled up, but getting into the covers,
to me, it doesn't even look as good as the 1 in 10, in my opinion. I wanted the 1 in 20, but it doesn't look as good.
Yeah, that's what I told my shop. He was like, I'm getting the 1 in 10 and 125. Do you want those? And I was like, give me the 1 in 10. I don't want the 125. So now this is the New York ComiKon exclusive.
I missed that on.
I missed out on it too, man. Jeff's Comic Knowledge hit me up and was like, did you get a copy of the New York ComiKon? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, I got one. And he sent me a picture. I was like, well, damn.
Yeah. And it was so funny. I was on IDW's website. I bought a few other ones. I bought the first appearance of Gigawatt. I think it was Gigawatt or whatever. It's because it was Back to the Future and Transformers. Gigawatt is the thing that the flux capacitor he named, the Gigawatt thing. So it's the first appearance and cover of that. So I bought that because I was like, man, I like Transformers, so I got that. They didn't have anything else on there. You have some Star Wars and stuff, but it didn't say, hey, dropping more at later, check later. You have to give me a specific time to say you're going to drop more later. They had nothing. all of a sudden I just went to go back. This I was just curious. I said, when did Usagi Yojimbo drop? Sold out. I said, really? So I just said, you know what? I'm done. Then I went and I got a text message from First Edition. He said, hey, did you get the Last Ronin New York ComiKon exclusive? I was like, what are you talking about? He sent me the thing, and I was like, really? It was already sold out. I was like, no, I didn't get any because I didn't think they would, they dropped like about 6 books all at once, and then they did the Usagi Yojimbo. So I was like, I didn't think anything else. And then, so like, hopefully he said he's going to sell me a copy for what he paid for it, but we'll see, we'll see if he gets it, and what the condition is. But, it's, I could have got a copy because what I've heard, it wasn't like an instant 1 minute sellout.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Like you said, I had no idea it was even coming. No idea that it even dropped until Skeff asked me if I got one, and they were already gone. And I was like, well, that sucks. And I went back. I was looking on Instagram, like flipping through, trying to see if there was anything that said, hey, we're going to be dropping. Like there was no notice that I saw on anything that I follow. So like I had no prior knowledge to it until afterwards. So that kind of sucked. Yeah. But
I know, and I know where you might be able to get it. I'm not going to tell people where, but if you've been paying attention, you because I said it once, I'm not going to say it again. I know you're going to be able to get a copy once it's released.
Okay.
Because I'll just leave it like that. I know you're going to get one once it's released.
I got you.
And it won't be overcharging like it's currently is.
Yeah, I got you.
I could have got the shattered.
I've been looking already.
Yeah, because I could have got the shattered variants, which I don't know if you saw. What the thing I think you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
They had the shattered variants for $80.
Yeah,
both sides.
Yeah,
all that. Those sell for $250 all day on eBay. Just to let people know.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm gonna stop talking about that. But yeah, I missed out. We missed out on the but I know they got so many covers, man. I don't even know if you have them all.
No, I got a couple, and then I figured I'll share screen. But this is the one from Simpleman's. I want to show this one because obviously this is the Jabroni memorial piece here. Hopefully you guys can see it. But right here on the Ninja Star, you'll see R.I.P. Jabroni on there. So that one was really, really cool. I think for the most part, from what I've seen, the fan favorites has been this one by far. And I remember flipping through one of the Turtles pages on Facebook. Somebody tagged me. It might have been Ryan.
Somebody posted it, and they probably tagged you in it.
Yeah. and I was like, all right. I'm like, I don't go on Facebook most time unless I get tagged. And I saw this and I was like, that's cool. And I was like, okay. And I set myself a reminder for when it was going on pre-order, and I went to order it and it was gone.
Just to let people know, that's the exact same story I have.
Yeah.
But the problem is with my story is I set the reminder, forgot, but the reminder came up and I was like, all right, it should still be available. I went to other sites that had exclusives. Yeah, it's still available. I was like, I should be good. I was like sold out. I go to eBay just to tick myself off even more. The prices were more than the Momoko one, which I don't know if you have the code for that one, but it was more than the Momoko cover.
Oh, I didn't even know that she was doing one.
No, yeah, she did one, which I missed out on too, but I liked it. But I was like, because she actually does Turtles pretty good. I liked it, but I was kind of like, really? Why is it priced? Like it sold out so fast, and the aftermarket price was so bad that I think the cover artist was like, man, I'll try to see if I can get some so I can sell on my website or I can post on IG, because he was like kind of upset.
Yeah.
He was upset.
And I don't remember the artist, but I mean, it's not like a big, huge artist, I don't think. I mean, I really don't think that this was expected to do as crazy well as it did.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I don't think that one was the Peach Momoko one was expected because Peach Momoko was hot at that time, but that one I don't think was expected to sell out like in one. Like, I don't even know if it was less than a day. I forgot how how much time it took, but I don't think that one was expected to sell that much.
Something. I would like to see like some of how they had the way that they were wrote in the Mirage universe.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we won't get a Mirage Mirage is the publishing. We won't get a Mirage, but you can get the era, I guess you would say, reboot, meaning more violent, and let's just leave it like more violent, blood, turtles carrying assault rifles.
Yeah, I mean, it was wild, man. Much more of a brute in Raphael and Casey Jones. I mean, absolutely.
I could see that happening. They could IDW. I'm just letting you know, if you're listening, you could do it and call it the IDW Black Series. Just saying.
Yeah.
If you're looking for more money, like your brother said, they're losing money. Hey, here you go. We're gonna do some of the original type stories, more for adults only.
And they'll probably add a duck to the team next and think that's gonna help. Who knows?
Call him Howard.
Yeah, right. All right, so let's talk about some of these covers. Let's talk about.
And I gotta get that 616 cover. I didn't even know about that.
I don't even know where
they're on their website. Or?
Yeah. 616 and SimpleMansComics.com. You can get it on either one. They've still got a few left as of last night. So, but they're getting close to being gone. Let's see. So here is exclusivevariants.com. This is a cool website where you can go find different exclusives for all kinds of books. So here is the Line Breakers variant that we just looked at, Comic Book Surplus exclusive. Yep. So there it is there, which is, it's a really, really cool cover. I really dig it. And of course, that one is sold out. It is gone. And then we've got the Inyuk Lee Comic Mint exclusive. Some of these I haven't seen, but there's
some are still available.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. So this has kind of got like a 4th of July firecrackers going on behind it. So that one's kind of cool. So here you go, non-graded, $24.95, and you can get signed 9.8. You can get 9.6 or better, signed and remarked, or just a regular blue label, and gives you the print level there. So that's the Comic Mint exclusive. And you can just kind of roll through here, but I'm just going to do this because that's going to take a little longer than I want to load every one of them. I don't know what's going on my internet. My wife's probably downstairs trying to stream something for my kid to watch. To me, I love these Toy Whiz one because I'm a big bike guy anyway, and I was like,
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I haven't either. I was just Googling and browsing some covers before we got on, and I saw that and I was like, man, I want that. It's sold out. So I will be hitting the eBays up this week for this bad boy.
That reminds me of like a Purple Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Purple Rain cover.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah. I mean, that's all I can say. Yeah.
I love the detailing and the coloring in the water splash here. Just the droplets of water there. I mean, it's just so cool. It looks really, really good. I was super impressed when I saw that one, and I was like, man, I'm definitely getting that. Definitely getting that. It'll probably be a little expensive, but and here is your 1 in 25. So that's going to be the 1 in 25 incentive, and we already showed the cover A and the 1 in.
No, the 1 in 25 is that might be a different 1 in 25. The 1 in 25, I know. Well, you got to go up. But it was the second row.
This one?
Down one, that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. This was the second print. I think this is the second print. Yeah.
And that's what the see the orange at the bottom. That's what he was talking about, saying that watch they do different colors to talk like pretty much every turtle.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually could do that. They could do purple and blue for the last one because the first one has an orange, red that red background.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So yeah, you're right. My bad. This is the 1 in 25 right here.
Which that's why if you look at that one in the Eastman, I like the Eastman better.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And sorry everybody, I was kind of off. I was actually ordering my 616 one because I saw the print one. It's only 250.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I don't know how many they got left, but yeah.
All right, so we've got.
Oh, look at that! Yeah, they got tons too.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
I don't know if there was anything specific. I mean, this is kind of like a an homage to Craven's Last Hunt.
I passed on that one.
Yeah, the Hamato.
Yeah,
Yoshi. So that
the one I really like was the Usagi Ojimbo one that sold out. Kind of cover homage. If you see it with the kind of behind the go up to the yellow.
Oh, okay. This one. Yeah.
That's the one. I kind of went after I saw it. I said, "Oh, I like that one." Then I want to look. I was like, "It sold out." That's a cover homage. Then they got the Last Ronin with the Daredevil kind of cover homage one. Yellow background with the sword. That's a good one. I saw. Yeah, that's the one from Daredevil. I can't remember what number, but I know it's the first appearance of Styx cover.
Okay.
I'm good with covers, I can tell you that.
Kind of paying homage to the scene from the first movie of Leonardo outside when they're at the house. Thought that one was cool.
And that's actually the number 2 exclusive.
Oh, it is. And that one may still be available. If it is, I may check that one out. This one is really cool. I like that. I like all the rain and stuff like that. And then we've showed this.
We showed the ghost one. Yeah. They had another ghost one. There it is.
Yep, I was looking for that one.
That one sold out as well.
Yeah, that's the that was a 350 print run there. That one went quick too. Looks like we're gonna have some sketch covers come out. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, and just to let people know about the sketch covers, if you know anything about Turtles books, they don't have that many. The sketches are really the low print stuff.
Yeah, try to go find the sketch covers, the red, blue, orange, purple, and yellow and green, and try to think you're gonna get them for under $150, $200 for the set. I mean, those things were wild. Wild.
I didn't even try. I said, I'm good.
Nope. I've had people offer them to me, and I'm like, I don't even want to hear what your price is.
Yeah, sometimes, and I hate to do that to people because I'm like you. Like when people say, "Hey, man, I got this Turtles book. I wanted to show you and you offer it to you before I post it," and I'm like, "It's like, man, I like it, but you're not gonna be happy with what I'm gonna offer you,
right?"
And because I'm not gonna pay you eBay or even close to eBay prices. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I love TMNT. I'm not gonna do it just because. I always this is the reason why, because when people are trying to sell those books for the premium, they go to the TMNT collectors. You can't sell those TMNT harder books to people who don't collect Turtles. I'll be honest, you can't, unless they collect hard to find books. But if not, if they collect Marvel, DC, or they're not buying those, so it kind of sucks. But I always say I'll let them sit on the shelf before I get them.
Yeah, I'll wait. I will wait it out. I really like this one. To me, this one more than any of them has that old school Mirage feel to it.
Yeah,
the wraparound cover and a lot of these wraparound covers in the Mirage. I mean, they kind of have a lot of them are pretty busy covers. And I just the art is almost close enough to the Eastman to really make it work. This one, I don't know. There's just something about it. It gives me that nostalgic feel of these older issues, the original run, like that one right there. I love that one. And
I think that one's from Canada, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a Canadian.
Yeah, I'm only seeing a Canadian price here. Let's see. Big Country Comics.
Yeah, Big Country. I think it's in Canada.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you can see the maple leaf up there, so that makes sense. $27 in US. So I wonder what the shipping would be. I'm gonna look that up, man, because I like that, and I've seen that one before on I think on Instagram or Facebook group or something like that. But I really
and they do exclusives with Canada, because I think he did the first version of the Genica book. That 51 is, so they have actually I think a Canadian exclusive variant.
Popped up on Google there while we're searching. I didn't do that. That wasn't me. Oh man,
that's funny. But it, like, and I don't even think they're showing all of the covers.
No, honestly. I mean, there's no way they could. I don't think. I mean, it's that one. I really like that one too.
If I had to choose between that one and the other one we just saw, I would choose the other one.
Yeah, the wraparound or this one.
Yeah, wraparound. I'd choose, and that would actually be one I would want to slab.
Yeah,
so you can see the wraparound. That's the cover
Last
version.
Ronin original wraparound cover art. $3,000. Okay, so this must be like the original art print. This must be the original art for it. That's crazy. I think I like the cover that is on the book better though. The color, not having the color feel. I think it really gives it that kind of nostalgic feel. So, oh, this one looks cool. $3,000, and I see like that looks really cool. Not having the color, but you know, $3,000 is a little steep
for the original art. Yeah.
You know, if it was original Kevin Eastman or Peter Laird art, like okay, but
I could have bought one of those. Just to throw that out there, I could have bought the last page of Raphael.
Me too. I saw it up there too, and I couldn't even convince myself to even talk to my wife about it. But how cool would that have been? Because that was actually a really, really, you know, it's easy to buy original art that doesn't have the characters on it that make the book awesome and why you would want that original art. When they actually got the characters on there, you know it's going to command a premium. But I mean that makes it something that you really want even more. I mean,
but at the time that. Because you're probably talking about when it got for sale for the public. I knew the guy who had the copy.
Oh,
he sold it. He sold it, and then I guess it got sold again. I could have got that for like $5,000.
Oh, okay.
Which is a lot of money, but what it probably sells for now.
yeah, it's probably
and then
there was another one on the website. It wasn't that same one, of course, but. There was another piece of the Raphael on the website too, the original art, and I was looking at that one, and I was just like, it'd be cool, but I think I'd rather go the route you did, like that piece behind you. When I saw that, I was like, yo, I ain't trying to copy him, but I would buy the crap out of that if that.
Hey, I'll tell you like this. I can send you the link to this thing because you can copy if you want, or you could just go and get something else that's very iconic that he can draw and do, which like that, the cover for that would be awesome. Or even, like I said, the last page for that when
him and Casey are coming out and
they finally team up. That's the official team up of Casey with the Turtles.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
the first team up, because the whole book they're battling.
Yeah, they're fighting.
So that when at the end they're finally like good, and then they jump in together like saying, "Let's go."
What's up, Seawood and Comics on the Mind? What's going on, brother? Good to see you hanging out, man. I hadn't seen you in a while. I watch you on that Not Near Mint show every week, but hadn't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, sir. Seawood, Mr. Newsstand himself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, there's so many really cool covers that have been done for this, and then I mean, there's some that look just like, what were you thinking? But I mean, there are some pretty cool ones too. So
yeah, I end up getting I think it's Arthur Sudan. No, not Arthur Sudan. I forgot who did the covers for that Spider-Man booth, the Street Level Hero cover.
Okay.
I forgot who did the cover for it, but I did get a couple of, I got like the black and white one, and then I got the black and white with just the red bandana. I got those two because it kind of reminded me. There it's right there. Actually, it's the right all the way to the left. That's the original one with the color, and then they have the black and white. And,
okay, here. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I got that one because I was like, that is freaking awesome. And then they had another one, which, like, see, only red bandana. That's the one I got too as well, just the red bandana.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get the full color one because I was like, let me get something that's a little different. Let me get the red bandana, which, you know, kind of promotes the old school. And let me get the all black and white one.
Yeah, that black and white with the red bandana is tough.
Yeah. So I was like, that's freaking awesome. Like I said, I forgot who did it, but I ordered those two. And I think they're still available on their website, you know.
On the street level hero?
Yeah, street level hero, yeah.
Let's see. The Miko Suyon?
Yeah, Miko Suyon, that's who did it. Yes.
All right, that one's sold out. I wonder what else they got. Let's see. Tyler Kirkham, Juggernaut. Where is it?
Knowing them, they're gonna make you search it.
Yeah, all right. I mean, that's the good thing. I mean, at least there are plenty of variants that are still available. Okay, this one's available. 35.
Yeah.
Gives it to me. I will finish checking out after the show. That is absolutely my favorite one that I've seen so far. So I definitely appreciate you showing that.
Yeah, that was my favorite one that didn't sell out.
Right.
And I liked it. I actually like it better than the all black and white one.
Yeah, no doubt. Just having that little.
But the all black and white one is a lower print. That's probably why it sold out. So, but that little hint of red, perfect. Sets
it off, and
yeah,
right. You know, like it's the Last Ronin, but I mean, come on, red is Raphael's color. Like that's my dude, Raph and Casey. Like that is absolutely my favorites.
OG, that's not. I'm OG. I'm gonna tell OG. Let people know red is after Volume 1. You know, that game.
Oh yeah. Before they because they didn't get color for the cartoon.
Yeah.
So
and they have to figure out how to distinguish them. And it's so funny when you hear a story about it. Kevin Eastman and they say the weapons are different. It's like, no, but we gotta have different bandanas or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, why? We you know who's different because the guy who has swords is Leonardo. The guy who had, so it's like. You're like, really? We got to make it that.
They all have kind of different. They have way different personalities.
Yeah.
And they also had different shades of green too. Like they were all kind of a different shade too. I mean, like especially the figures. Crap, they could have kept doing the figures with all the red bandanas, and like you'd tell by the weapons and the shade of green. But
yeah, because I think Raph was a little darker. Donatello was a little darker. Mikey was a little lighter.
Mm-hmm.
I think Leonardo was like
darkest one.
Yeah, Donatello was the darkest. Raphael was like right after, and I think Mikey was the lightest, if I'm not mistaken, and Leo was kind of in the middle. If I remember correctly, I actually got them all. I got one behind me.
Okay, all I've got is Splinter and Rocksteady. So,
I lucked out. I lucked out and bought. The best way to buy these is let people know, even let you know, is get them in a lot. Yes, you might spend $100, $200. But guess what? Try to buy them individually. You're going to spend almost $100 a piece.
Yeah.
Right now, current market. So if you can get a lot, which I did, I got all 4 turtles and Splinter. And at that time, I know I spent under $200. I might have spent I want to say like $100 and something, like $120.
No scratch the cat.
I actually have April O'Neil, but guess what? I don't know where so I'm blaming my daughter on that one. I said my daughter stole April O'Neil because actually the whole lot included April O'Neil. I don't know where April's at. I'm just saying I lost April.
Man, you could cash scratch the cat in right now and go buy a second print #1. I mean, that thing is ridiculous.
There's a few rare ones turtles from that,
Yeah, I've seen people saying, "Oh man, I got the Holy Grail. Scratch the cat. It only cost me $1,300." I'm like, it's not even on card either. And I mean, it's the ugliest figure you've ever seen in your life. But it was like towards the very end of the run, one of the very last ones made. They were only sold in certain places, and apparently, like a bunch of them, didn't do real well. So there ain't a whole lot of them out there. But I mean, Scratch the Cat.
You know where they got some at? Somebody's storage unit that used to own a store.
Yeah.
There's a box somewhere. There's always a box. I'm just throwing it out there. There's always a box somewhere because shops close. People put it in storage. They forget about it. They pass away, I hate to say. And then people either go get the stuff out of storage or they forget about it because they didn't know. And it goes on for auction. And then somebody cracks open and says, oh, man, look at this. They're selling for this price. Guess what? I can sell them for half that price, and I'm going to make a killing. And that kind of messes up the market for people who are banking on that. I hate to say it, but it happens all the time. So, I wouldn't buy it. I'll tell you like this. I wouldn't buy a Scratch the Cat.
I don't care nothing about Scratch. I didn't even know about a Scratch the Cat until I saw people talking about how much they were buying them for and how much they were selling for. And I was like, but do you like that character? No, you don't? Well, okay. I'm not that. I don't either. So I'm not buying it for no kind of money. Like, I'm not buying Scratch the Cat for $5, $700, $1,200. Like, if I don't like the character, I'm not doing it. If you want to do that, you want to be crazy and wild with your money, you going to be crazy and wild with your money. But I'm not about to buy a Scratch the Cat for the money I could go buy a car that would run for a couple of months.
and not just that. I love the figures, but I'm limited to which ones because I want to go overboard. I would love to get all of not all of the villains, but the main villains. Rocksteady, Bebop, Shredder, and Krang, and his body. I would love to get all those left, and maybe Casey Jones and the Usagi Jimbo. Then I'd be done. I don't have to get all that other stuff. And some people have to grade it. That's why I'm like, I would love to get it, but I'm not even going to get it graded because first of all, I don't even know how it works. And secondly, I don't want to wait months to get my toy back, just to have it in a case. I would just get a case and put it in. But I'm not that big into it to let me go get this book and get this character and then I'd be afraid to touch it.
I've recently kind of gotten into the toy collecting a little bit, but I'm still like I'm not as involved in it to the point where I'm gonna go, like you said, spend crazy amounts of money on it and then do the grading on. Like I will buy all 4 turtles sitting in the bottom of a loose box that have been played with by a kid for 5 years. As long as all the parts are there. I mean, scuff marks, I don't care. I get all of them for $20. Like that's fine with me. I don't care. I mean, I've enjoyed the Neca line, like the Neca movie line has been really good. This Super Shredder is freaking awesome, man. This thing's huge. I got the team back there.
I got somebody ringing the doorbell. Family's home. Okay. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to get the door.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I've bought I've got all 4 turtles, plus I got the Raph and Casey Jones 2-pack, and then I didn't buy. Who did I not buy? Is there somebody I haven't bought so far? I think I've got everybody so far from the movie series, and I got Toka and Razar. They are both on pre-order already, and those are supposed to be when they had the online interview with the guy from Neca, he was saying that they were looking at like a mid to late November shipping date on the Toka and Razor. So once I get them in, I'm probably going to be done because, well, I say that, and now I just remember, I have Shredder, Foot Soldiers, or Splinter, and so I definitely want to get those. But Shredder's pretty much the only one I got to have. Hey!
You got Halloween stuff. You got vampire teeth. She's made a patch for her eye, and then she got her hair stuff. Okay. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, and to let you know, I know somebody who had some original carded figures, and they weren't ridiculously priced. Just remind me after the show, and I can give you his IG name.
Okay, cool.
Because he has a shop. He owns a comic book shop and stuff like that.
Okay,
and,
right on.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I could buy those for, I think it was like $60, and it was like Raphael, Michael, like those figures, and I was like, oh, that's not bad. Matter of fact, I got my Casey Jones up there from him.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, I got my Casey Jones from him, and I was like, oh, how much? I was like, I'll take it because I saw how much they were selling online.
Thanks for throwing that in there, Panda. I knew there had to be something, but I couldn't think of what it was. Yeah, Splinter. I think I'd blocked it out of my mind so I don't have to feel like I have to go buy them. But thank you for reminding me that I still have to go buy those. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you remind me too because I don't have any of the villains.
Now, to me, the coolest figure that's come out, and all it is a repaint of the original movie Shredder that they already put out, but they did a comic book like Mirage Studios paint job on Shredder that looks awesome, and it was a Loot Crate exclusive, and that thing is awesome. I really dig that one for sure. But
yeah,
now if they go quarter scale, like I got the quarter scale Raphael guys back here, if they go quarter scale Casey Jones, I'll buy that all day long. And they could do that now because they've actually recently gotten the rights, and I can't remember the guy's name that played Casey Jones because it was hard to pronounce, but they've gotten the rights from him and the OK to use his likeness now. So we could potentially get a quarter scale figure that we could even take his mask off of him, and that would be super cool. So but yeah, I'm trying to slow down on the figure collecting because it gets expensive too.
Yeah, that's another animal, another beast. I see my boy Jim in there. That's like on the line with the statue game. That's you can't.
So man,
you can't. I want to say you can't do both.
Yeah,
like full on.
Yeah, no doubt. And I've been collecting the Hasbro Lightning collection, just the original series Power Rangers, and then the comic created characters. But at my comic shop, they actually have their whole setup. They've got like a huge section of this antique store, and right next to the register, there's a case, and there's a guy in there has every one of the original flip head action Power Rangers figures on card. Green Ranger, all of them sitting there for like $150 for all of them, which isn't a bad price, but I still I struggle with like spending $150 on toys that are going to sit in a box or sit on a card. And
yeah, to me, when you pay that price, like I said, you got to get it graded.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to get into that animal. I just lucked out and got all of mine for that crazy price before it got super pricey. A lot of turtle stuff got super pricey, so I just lucked out. Would I try to buy a set right now? I'll tell you no. Mm-hmm. And I really like turtles, but I'll say no.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and now I started almost looking at statues too. Like I'm definitely going to pre-order. They've got a 1/10 scale Goro and Shao Kahn coming out next year, so I'm going to pre-order them. They're only they're a little over $200 a piece, so I'm going to pre-order them. But I love Sabretooth, and Sideshow has that new quarter scale Sabretooth that just came out, and that thing is, oh my god, it is so cool. And I've been so close to just trying to move like one book that I know will almost cover the whole thing and just buy it because I love Sabretooth. The only thing stopping me that's really stopping me is I don't have anywhere that I can sit it really right now. So I'm probably going to hold off on it, but I've been looking at statues more and more lately. And then crap, you got the Hot Toy line. They've got this Red Skull figure. I mean, like old school Red Skull Hot Toy, and that thing is gnarly looking, man. It is gnarly looking. Thank God I couldn't find the Captain America of that era to match, or I would have tried to buy both. But those are like $200 and some a piece too. It's like, golly. So yeah, I'm trying to definitely.
I just looked at the prices of the original figures are going for.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe I'm just happy I got it when I got it. But I'm like, as soon as I clicked on her TMNT 1988 action figures, first one popped up was Donatello, $125.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen the Mighty Morphin Black Ranger at Target. I always thought that that was a Walmart exclusive, but I could be wrong. I've seen them. I know my wife got mine at Walmart, and I've seen other people get them at Walmart, and I've seen them at Walmart's, but I've double check on that, Panda. So I'm not sure. I could be wrong. The only Black Ranger I knew they had at Walmart was the Dino Charge one, and that's because my kid watches that series and he had to have it, so we bought it for him to give him for his birthday. But yeah, so we're hitting about an hour and a half here. I think we hit some really good stuff. Had some good conversation, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Like I always said, I love talking stuff, especially that I'm interested in turtles, which that's the stuff I read, stuff I'm into, and also I always like giving people the information, because a lot of people who don't collect turtle stuff kind of like, oh, I gotta get this, gotta get that. I'll say just take a second and really look at it before you just jump right in and just pay a crazy price for a certain book, because it might drop in price. I've seen it. I mean, even was it Turtles 101, the retail instead 1 in 10 variant, that was actually already like a $50 book. It might have been a little bit more after it came out, because it was like a first appearance and a first cover appearance and all that other stuff. And then, it went up a little bit and then it dropped back down. And now it went up crazy just for speculation. If you want those books, just be patient, because I ended up getting one and I forgot what, I think I paid like $45 for mine. And looking at it now, I got a great deal. But if you want those, I would just say, just take a second. It'll come available. Just like I want the 104 retail incentive. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till till this Last Ronin stuff die down, and I'll get it just to go along with the Last Ronin stuff. So it's great. I had fun, like talking it. A lot of people, shout out to a lot of guys who subbed me up. And I thank you for that. So
yeah. Anybody watching the replay, if you're not subbed up to Hudat's channel, make sure that you do that, because his link will be in the description below. And for those of you in the chat, the link's already been dropped once, but I'm sure one of my moderators can drop it again for anybody in the chat not subbed up. If you like auctions, you like seeing books that kind of make you hate the person you're looking at, then this is the guy right here. This is the guy to look at. You go look at his top 10 slabs of 2020, and it'll make you kind of wonder what you're even doing. So
and I didn't even drop that. What he's referencing to, there's some people that was my top 10 slabs, Silver Age slabs.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do a video of all my top books that I purchased when I get everything back from CGC. It's probably gonna be a pretty long video. But I definitely and be on the lookout, because I'm almost finished Volume 1 run. So I'll definitely do a video showing all of Volume 1, first print, TMNT. I think I'm down to 3 or 4 books left. I have to check my little book.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm literally down to the last few.
We both just dropped videos about sending off our the first 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Pretty much we're sending. I think we're pretty much sending the exact same books off to CGC. Raphael #1 first print 2, first print 3, first print 4, Last Ronin Ashcan. So we're both getting ready to send those all.
Yeah, which is going to be interesting. So if we can get them back at the same time, we might do an unboxing together, because they're gonna take a little while, and I'm just gonna put out, if people like us talking about the Last Ronin, if you want us to talk about it after it comes out, after we read it, I'm down with that, because I'm definitely going to be reading it the first day it comes out. At least by Thursday, I'm going to have it done if I don't go to shop that Wednesday, but I'm definitely going to go get it and knock it out of the park. But, if people want to see that, man, I'm down with that too. But definitely, hopefully the magazines do come in at the same time.
Yeah,
then we can
really cool. That, but we'll definitely have to coordinate on that for sure.
Yeah, because the guy who does presses my books, I told him hold off, because I sent him 2 of the books. I say hold off, because I want to send all the magazines at the same time. And he says, all right, just let me know when you send them. I said, well, I'm gonna send them no later than Monday. He says, all right, bet. And so all mine are gonna be sent off from a press and clean guy no later than he'll get them probably by Thursday. So, and by that time, it's just gonna be in Fate's hands when CGC. No doubt. But I had fun. Appreciate everybody in the chat. I had fun, Dustin. I can't, like I said, hopefully we'll do it again. and you know, talk some Ronin after we read it.
Yeah, no doubt. We will definitely have to do that. So thanks for everybody hanging out. If you haven't, please hit the like button on the way out. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, do that. Same goes for everybody watching on the replay. And we appreciate everybody watching. And as always, collect your way.